Students, in this video, we are going to be discuss about definition of uh, circadian rhythm and and various applications of chronopharmacology. So, first of all, what do you mean by circadian clock or biological clock or circadian rhythm? So, what do you mean by circadian clock or biological clock or circadian rhythm is nothing but many number of physiological, behavioral, and mental abnormalities, psychological, physical, behavioral, and mental changes occurring throughout the 24 hours day cycle is nothing but circadian rhythm. Circ means about, dian means about two variations, night and night and day. Okay, so circadian rhythm means there is a study of there is a change in the physical and behavioral changes go through in 24 hours day cycle is called as a circadian rhythm. Okay, so the circadian rhythm is mainly responsible for so many biological activities, includes uh, includes night, includes sleep cycle, later on awaking, alertness, next feeding behavior, next hormonal changes, hormonal secretions, and as well as hormonal, these are the changes happen according to the time cycle of circadian rhythm. Okay, so when you see that biological rhythms, they are classified into so many types. One is circadian rhythm, infradian rhythm, ultradian rhythm, and seasonal rhythm. Circadian rhythm refers to sleep cycle. The total duration of circadian rhythm is 24 hours. Next, infradian, more than 24 hours, menstrual cycle. Ultradian, shorter than the day, is nothing but neuronal firing activity. Seasonal affective disorders. So first of all, discuss about some definitions related to chronopharmacology. First is chronobiology. Chronobiology is nothing but it is a branch of science mainly focusing on biological rhythms. It's called as chronobiology. Next, chronopharmacology is nothing but is mainly is very important. The definition. Okay, chronopharmacology refers to optimization of drug effects and minimization of the side effects by changing the time of administration in relation to biological rhythm. By changing the time of administration of drug in relation to biological rhythm is called as a chronopharmacology. This chronopharmacology again subdivided into so many types: chronopharmacokinetics, chronotoxicity, chronesthesia, and chronotherapy. Okay, in that chronopharmacokinetics and chronotherapy is very important. Chronopharmacokinetics means it mainly deals with study of change in the pharmacokinetic parameters of the drug with respect to time is nothing but chronopharmacokinetic. Change in the absorption, distribution, metabolism, excretion of drug according to the time of the day or year is called as a chronopharmacokinetics. Next, chronotherapeutics is also one more important definition is a discipline of medical treatment which allow for consideration of patient disease rhythm. Okay, patient's biological rhythm means change in the severity of disease according to the day, according to the how the disease severity is going to be fluctuated. Okay, based upon the consideration of the disease severity of the patients, you can synchronize the dose and delivery of particular drug. Okay, you synchronize the dose not only dose and also delivery, which type of delivery you want to do use, immediate release and sustained release, delivery of particular drug, to allow for optimal efficacy in the patients, in order to optimum efficacy of the treatment in a patients. This is chronotherapeutics. Okay, by following chronotherapeutics, what you got from this chronotherapeutics is you can prevent the overdoses, and also you can use appropriate doses regimen, and you can reduce the side effects. So ultimately, chronopharmacotherapeutics will improve the therapeutic efficacy and improve the safety of the treatment. Okay, so chronopharmaceutics, it mainly deals with design and develop a suitable drug delivery system, which release the drug according to the biological rhythm of the disease. Okay, in order to optimize the drug treatment for particular disease, is called as chronopharmacokinetics. Okay, chronopharmacokinetics. Okay, so majorly the circadian rhythm is mainly it is works because of result of superchiasmatic nucleus and clock genes. Okay, superchiasmatic nucleus, it is a center present in the brain near to hypothalamus. It is going to be activated by signals coming from the retina of the eye. So according to that, is going to be activated. It causes fluctuation of the melatonin. The melatonin is responsible for maintenance of some biological variations. So this picture will give you about some physiological changes happen according to the time cycle. Okay, like during night there is excessive levels of growth hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, melatonin, prolactin. So during day, at starting there is a more amount of cortisol at 6 o'clock, aldosterone, testosterone, mid even noon, okay, 12 o'clock, hemoglobin, and so when it goes to 3 o'clock, uric acid, triglycerides, cholesterol, so on. Okay, this is a reference to physiological changes. This refers to change in the disease status according to the time cycle. So some disease severity more in the day at particular period, they are less in particular period. Okay, so by knowing at what time the disease status is more, you can adjust the dose timing. So now application is very important. Application refers to respiratory system. There is an increase in there is increase in attacks of acute asthma during night. Okay, due to bronchoconstriction, because of the following. One is there is increase in sympathetic tone in night, and there is a increase in the sensitivity of the bronchial tract towards allergens and irritants. So in order to avoid attack of bronchial asthma, so better to use bronchodilators or corticosteroids according to the time of occurrence. So majorly theophylline and beta 2 agonist, so better to take so in between the midnight and early morning, so in order to better and bronchodilatory activity, so that which prevent the attacks of asthma. Next, coming to cardiovascular system. Coming to cardiovascular system, heart attacks, they are more so in between early morning. Okay, early morning. So early morning. So that their mainly reason for this getting of myocardial infarction or maybe sudden death, maybe angina pectoris, getting of stroke, mainly due to increase in vascular tone, means vasoconstriction, and increase in platelet aggregation. There is a decrease in intrinsic thrombolytic activity. So with this, there is a chance of getting heart attacks early in the morning. So you can change the beta blockers, anti-anginal drug, and antiplatelets or thrombolytics according to the time cycle. So aspirin is get benefit of aspirin is get benefited when you take in the morning. Thrombolytics heparin benefit during early in the hours, early morning. Atenolol, labetalol, both are antihypertensive as well as used in the treatment of angina pectoris. So they are also effective if you take early in the hours. Okay, so this is about cardiovascularism. Even verapamil is a calcium channel blockers. So anti-ischemic activity, okay, anti-anginal activity, verapamil is better absorbed when you take early in the morning, or otherwise you can take the drug during bedtime, so it's going to be effective throughout the night. So very important for cardiovascular. Okay, next is endocrine system. Endocrine system, it refers to changes in the hormones. Okay, corticosteroids, growth hormone, testosterone, and testosterone and thyroid stimulating hormone. Okay, so generally cholesterol secretion is more early hours, lowers at midnight, lowers at midnight, high in early morning. Growth hormone peaks during sleep hours. Testosterone again peaks early in the morning. Thyroid stimulating hormone peaks at midnight. So every hormone, the secretion is the secretion or peaks level, so will change certain condition. Will change some time intervals. Okay. So by knowing endocrine system, one thing is glucocorticoids. Corticosteroid generally you can use for so many purposes, anti-asthmatics and autoimmune disorders like rheumatoid arthritis or so on, like psoriasis and all. So in such cases, better to use corticosteroids early in the morning rather than other day, okay, other timings of the day. The reason is, once if you administered glucocorticoids, generally what happened, these glucocorticoids suppress the hypothalamus and pituitary tract, hypothalamus, so which leads to decreasing further secretion of hormones like other hormones secreted from the anterior pituitary gland, which leads to pituitary adrenal suppression. This is the problem you can see with the glucocorticoids. Okay, so but if you administered early in the morning, the reason is the inhibitory effect of glucocorticoids is very less. Okay, so that there is a getting of pituitary adrenal suppression is less if you use glucocorticoids early in the morning. Okay, so this is how we are going to be improve the safety of the glucocorticoids. Next, gastrointestinal tract, the ulcers pain, so more between night 10 p.m. to early morning 2 p.m. The reason is in between there is acid secretion is occur more. Okay, so any drug which are going to be treated for anti-ulcer, better to give these in between these time, or otherwise you have to use H2 blockers and proton pump inhibitors. Okay, administered as a evening dose or maybe bedtime. Okay, so better functioning of the better therapeutic activity of anti-ulcer drug. CNS. So melatonin is a hormone secreted more in night, okay, from pineal gland. So it mainly responsible for maintenance of sleep wave cycle. It mainly responsible sleep cycle. So in those who are suffering from insomnia and those who are suffering from jet lag symptom, so this generally seen in travelers, okay, from one country other country. Okay, so for this, in order to improve the sleep, okay, you can use melatonin agonist, better to give bedtime. Okay, so bedtime administration melatonin, it is more effective for treating insomnia and as well as jet jet lag symptoms. Okay, next, musculoskeletal system, rheumatoid arthritis and osteoarthritis. The pain associated with rheumatoid arthritis, it is more 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. So can use long acting non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. It covers throughout the night. Okay, it covers the throughout the night and also early in the morning. Okay, you can use long-acting non-steroidal anti-inflammatory to deliver the rheumatoid NSAIDs for throughout the night. So prevent the in order to treat the symptoms of rheumatoid arthritis. So that early in the morning the patient do daily activities without any much difficult. Osteoarthritis, again here also pain is severe between 2 to 8. So in order to 2 p.m., okay, 2 p.m. to and 8 p.m. 2 p.m. means morning, okay, 2 p.m. afternoon to 8 p.m. So morning dose is better to prevent the afternoon pain, and the evening dose it is better to prevent the nighting worsening of the pain associated with osteoarthritis. One more important thing usually is hypercholesterolemia. So cholesterol biosynthesis is more at night because of there is a hepatic HMG CoA reductase enzyme is more. Okay, hepatic HMG CoA reductase pathway is going to be more work during the peak effect seen night, so that evening dose of statins, HMG CoA reductase inhibitors, so is better in order as a anti-hyperlipidemic drugs in order to control the hypercholesterolemia. Even cancer cell, the cell proliferation in the cancer and as well as the normal cells allow some time variation. Okay, the proliferation property of the cancer cells and normal cells, they are vary according to the time. Okay, especially in lymphomas. DNA synthesis is bone marrow cells peaks around the noon, but same DNA synthesis in lymphoma cells very peak at midnight. Okay, so in order to better effectiveness of the anti-cancer drug, you can use late night. Okay, is more advantageous than administration of any other time. Even skin disorders. Okay, skin disorders, psoriasis, dermatitis, so they are more in night. Okay, and also early in the morning, so better to give. Okay, so better to give during night. Okay, so this is about chronopharmacology. Okay, so first you can define different you can remember please different definitions and application of chronopharmacology, chronotherapy.